So, good morning everyone. And today our topic is about learning from CPD practices of high performing countries. But before that, I want to share with you a quote from Zig Ziglar. So, ang quote here, it says, "If you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you." So, nobody will be able to help you if you refuse to learn. So we will be able to progress in our life to a new level as long as we continue to learn. However, if we choose naman not to learn, we will be forced to live with the consequences of our choices. So let us proceed with our topic, the learning from the CPD practices of high-performing countries. So the CPD stands for Continuing Professional Development that describes the learning activities. So professionals participate in to improve and grow their skills. So it also allows learning to become more conscious and proactive rather of being passive and reactive. So next, let us continue our discussion so that we can gain more knowledge from the CPD practices of high-performing countries sa Singapore and Japan. So let us proceed in the CPD in Singapore. So, ang Singapore is considered to be one of the world's top-performing countries in education. So, schools in Singapore are ranked high on the list of the world's best-performing school system. And one of the factors that can be attributed to this thought is the offering of the wide variety of professional development opportunities for all teachers of all grade levels, from early childhood to higher education. Ang quality of teacher training is perhaps one of the most important aspects in Singapore's educational achievement, and only the top 5% of graduating students are eligible to teach, and the National Institute of Education provides all of the necessary training. So next is professional development in Singapore. So professional development in Singapore is characterized as subject matter specific and connected to classroom practice. It is intensive and ongoing. It also helps or provides the teachers. It promotes collaborative participation among instructors across and within schools by providing chances for active learning. It is in line with the needs and interests of teachers as well as schools and national priorities. Since personal development has been considered a cornerstone to the improvement of teachers' capacity to teach to a higher standard, the MOE launched such Teach Less, Learn More, or the current professional development model called Teacher Growth Model. So the Teach Less, Learn More and Teacher Growth Model emphasize the key role that teacher professional development plays in the improvement of education. In here, teachers can undertake up to 100 hours of voluntary personal development activities per year. So professional development in Singapore aims at providing teachers with learning opportunities targeted to meet their needs and responsive to their personal motivations and goals. And to achieve these aims, the Teacher Growth Model or MOE 2012 conceptualized personal development as a continuum that begins with initial preparation and induction, continual development and growth, and milestone program for lifelong careers. So, one of the most widespread practices within professional learning competencies in Singapore is action research, which aims to foster collaborative inquiry and data-driven pedagogical reflection among teachers. So, ang mga Singaporean teachers generally nag-adapt sa standard models consisting of 4 cyclical and recursive phases. So, these 4 phases are study phase, planning phase, analysis phase, and reflection phase. So, study phase, teachers analyze the curriculum to be taught and they formulate long-term teaching and learning goals. Next phase is the planning phase, where teachers select lessons for research, predict student thinking and difficulties, and plan the implementation of a specific lessons for data collection. Next is the analysis phase, where teachers observe and nag-discuss ang classroom evidence collected like videos or student written work. And last phase is the reflection phase, where teachers discuss student learning and nag-identify sa new areas for further inquiry. So tungod sa mga Singaporean teachers welcoming attitude to personal development, mira sang findings from 2013 or Teaching and Learning International Survey show that participation rates in different types of personal development activities are much higher in Singapore than in other countries. Hence, Singapore has achieved its world-beating levels of performance in the field of education. So, na siya ang CPD in Singapore. And let us proceed with the CPD in Japan. So, how do Japanese approach CPD? So, kunai kenshu. So, this word is used to describe the continuous process of school-based professional development that Japanese teachers engage in once they begin their teaching careers. So, kunai kenshu consists of a diverse set of activities that together constitute a comprehensive process of school improvement. So, the Jugyu Kenkyu or ginatawag na lesson study. So, it is one of the most common components sa kunai kenshu. So, Jugyu Kenkyu or lesson study is a way for teachers to find opportunities to reflect on many school and classroom problems that challenge them and develop their responses. So, according to Japanese educators or teachers, lesson study is like air. So, it is felt everywhere because it is used in regular school activities. And it is natural that identifying its vital and important qualities might be difficult. So next, let us proceed with the Japan's lesson study approach to professional development. So in Japan, Kenkyu Jugyo or research lessons are a key part of the learning culture. So every teacher periodically nag-prepare a best possible lessons that demonstrates strategies to achieve a specific goal, like students becoming active problem solvers or students learning more from each other. So it is in collaboration with other colleagues. So while ang lesson is being given, ang mga group of teachers observes and records it in a variety of ways, including videotapes, audio tapes, narrative or checklist observation that focus on areas of interest to the instructing teachers, like how many students gave their own ideas. So following that, ang group of teachers naga-discuss sang lesson strengths and weaknesses. They ask questions and also offer suggestions for the improvement. Next, in some cases, the revised lesson is given by another teacher only a few days later and observed and discussed again. So, sini ang mga teachers, they decide the theme and frequency of research lessons. So, large study groups often break up into subgroups of asang 4 to 6 teachers. So, ang initial nga subgroups, they plan their own lessons but they work toward the same goal. And ang teachers sa sining subgroups, they also share and comment on lesson and try to attend the lessons and follow up discussion. Para naman sa typical lesson study, ang 10 to 15 hours of group meetings makaspread over 2-4 weeks, while schools let out between 2:40 and hasta sa 3:45 p.m. So teachers' work days don't end until 5 p.m., which provides additional time for collegial work and planning. So most sang lesson study meetings occur during the hours after school lets out. So the research lessons allow the teachers to refine individual lessons, naga-consult with other teachers, and get colleagues' observations about their classroom practice, reflect on their own practice, learn some new content and approaches, and build a culture that emphasizes continuous improvement and collaboration. However, some teachers also give some public research lessons which expedites the spread of the best practice across schools, allows principals, district personnel, and policymakers to see how teachers are grappling with new subject matter and goals, and gives recognition to excellent teachers. So that's all for the CPD practices in high-performing countries like Singapore and Japan. So thank you all for listening.